Brady's on retired again, so he'll be back on the Bucs next season. However, he is staying on the Niners in this. The 49ers and Brady takes on Jones and the Pats. What games will be Brady?
As we'll see Tom Brady and the San Francisco 49ers taking on Mac Jones and the New England Patriots.
EA Sports coverage
So Brady is leading the series against the Patriots 3-2.
The scene a short time ago, this crowd
Will the Patriots tie it up? Or will the Bucs pretty much take it? Or Brady take it?
With the New England Patriots.
Both teams are worn out.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game...
And we have big NFL news. Mason to the Bucs. The Bucs just got 10 times better.
EA Sports fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to line up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They will be led out by a man who is just so synonymous with the New England Patriots, now in another uniform trying to beat him. This is the great Tom Brady.
Trying to beat them for the 4th time.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Patriots won the last matchup last season.
Forced out to his left. First play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
Picked off by a guy we don't know.
And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So here are the Patriots now in excellent field position to start things out. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
Mac Jones is already pretty good. He's won 2 Super Bowls.
Throwing Jones. Niners get there and bring him down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now Jones. They'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Jones on 1st and 10. This is
touchdown.
Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Pats have taken the early lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. This defense for the Patriots, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And what I saw from Bill was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this ball is going to be touched down just shy of midfield. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. And they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Jones throwing on first down. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep
And he got it. Touchdown.
Patriots. Cooper Kupp, his second touchdown on the season.
13-0.
The Patriots are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you
They're
want
perfect
to,
all
because you
year.
want to get
Not
better
even.
each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Niners set to take over on offense. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Brady to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. To throw is Brady. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. That's going to get there. Down he goes.
What's going
Christian
on?
Barmore. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the open. And a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
And certainly not the greatest of kicks there. This one will be down inside their own 40-yard line. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise, he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
And they work this well upfield across the 35. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And he's got Gronkowski yet again. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. They hang on with just
16-0 Pats. A surprising one here.
So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here are the Patriots to take over. Last week, good result. They were able to beat the Detroit Lions, and now they are on the good side of the scoreboard right now as well.
Really.
On 1st and 10, Jones. Buying time to his left. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw. Jones. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And this is going to be 49er football. Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You know what? Give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do? Put up signs that say, roads closed.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. This will be
Gosh, Patriots D.
physical play on the football there, and it's second down. 2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. Brady going to throw. He's going to find his tight end Gray complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now Brady. Quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. His first touchdown of the new season. And the 49ers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Brady will look to throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So they do get it. With 2 points, now they're back down to a 1-score deficit. And now this makes it a brand new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they got a shot at this one.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. New England's offense set to go. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you,
and down he goes. The 49ers get there. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Looking to throw. Jones. And the defense loses him. It's
Moses.
20, 10. All the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. 82 yards. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. But not so fast.
no, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Brady's throw complete here to commit. On 2nd and very short, Brady letting one go deep here for Gronk. All wide open, complete, touchdown. Gronkowski, his 2nd touchdown score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Well, you know, he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had it quoted back to us, well, you know something, when you execute really well, doesn't matter if you know it's coming or not. Sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your turkey bowl games, isn't it? Just go long way, pitch it, and it worked really well for them.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So the Patriots coming out now. And this game not quite over yet. We'll likely see him take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Steps away to his left. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So a failure to connect on 2nd down. That leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you,
Belichick
you can often miss time
time.
that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you're...
There he goes left side. The 30.
It's over.
All the way in. Touchdown, New England. Cooper Kupp, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Patriots are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside in 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Tom Brady in the offense, down by 13, a minute 13 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
And that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw pulled in by Gronkowski. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. From midfield, here's Brady. And again, he'll find Gronkowski complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Brady. And he finds Gronk. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Brady now to throw. Caught on the slant. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle. Well, the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Point after here coming up. And the lead will shrink to 6. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps in the end zone. A miscommunication on the line with the ball's out. And that is scooped up by the 49ers. And we are tied. They return it to the house. And now Charles, the extra point, can get in the lead.
And they did it on defense. What a play. Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up. But I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point. That's pretty crucial.
That's right. Just one more element to complete the victory. Now the try here for the point after. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And with time of factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely to take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jones. He's going to take another shot here. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check it out. Boy, Charles, what a critical call at a tie game late.
You want to have the tight coverage. You don't want to cause the penalty. Pass interference in this case, remember, it's a yardage foul in the NFL. A spot foul where it occurs.
This won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, but a flag is down here. So hold on. Let's see what this is about. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott.
Wow,
This
what a
from
ball.
long, very long range. Does he have the distance?
He does! Oh, wow!
It's good. My goodness, he hits it from the parking lot as time expires. And it'll be a good time in the Back Bay tonight. The Patriots have won the football game. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, that's to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for New England, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents